Escape room, and we are going to try their final act Houdini room right now. They also have another room we're not sure if we're gonna do, but we'll see what happens.
Well, we're in Scranton. That's where The Office is filmed, Dunder Mifflin. Yeah. Anyways. Hey ESCAPETHEROOMers, Brandon here. We are in Electric City Escape, and we just tried 2 of their rooms. Escape the Coal Mine 109 and Final Act, the Houdini Experience. This is Ryan and Amy, they are the owners. How are you?
Good, good.
How are you?
Good.
Thank you so much for having us and giving us an insight to your rooms, and we'd love to learn more about the company and the owners and the creativity behind the rooms. So let's talk about, I guess we'll talk about the Houdini one since that's the first one we tried. How did you come up with that?
So it's actually, we try to relate all of our rooms to something local.
Okay.
There's actually a Houdini museum here in Scranton, and Houdini actually did perform here at least once, but we
Long time ago.
related, yes, we related to some local history, some different things in the area, and we try to like make it this local tie.
Right.
And then just
I feel like most of your rooms are like that. You guys
They
are
are.
really trying to, well, at the same time, educate people about Scranton and what
Yes.
there is to offer in this town. In terms of like I guess everything is built in-house, right? You guys,
Yeah.
concept, build, puzzles.
Everything from the design, the layout, puzzles, everything's done between the 2 of us.
Wow.
And then we kind of get input from like staff and whatnot, getting friends, family in here. Usually whenever we build a new room, all of a sudden all our family calls us because all they want to do is try a new room.
Yeah, it's like,
Which is like cool, but
yeah, it's like, hey, I haven't heard from you in like a year.
it's funny.
Well, when did you guys open Electric City?
we've been here 3 years.
3 years.
Yeah,
Wow.
2016.
Okay, so you guys
3 years, and our Houdini room is actually coming up almost on 2 years that we haven't done it. So we're actually planning a big overhaul of the room in the upcoming future, and it's going to get all repuzzled, redone. It's going to be still the same theme with the final act.
Wow.
It'll be final act version 2.
Yeah.
And I think our caliber of building and creating and designing rooms is getting to the level of where we want to be, and everything we do, we're just learning.
Right, and you're
Yeah,
constantly
improving,
evolving.
yeah.
Right, because the industry is constantly changing, but I feel like it's pushing the envelope in a good way to try to get developers to think differently about how they want to coordinate their puzzles. Now, is Houdini the oldest room you have here?
Currently, yes.
Okay.
And currently, yes and no. Houdini is the oldest, but our art theme has been around the longest.
Since the beginning.
Since
Oh,
the
okay.
very
But it's the newest
beginning.
version.
Because you've been running,
Yeah, we've been
updating them. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
So it's interesting, and it's hard. Like when we have our customers, we repuzzle a room and redo it. It will never look like the original first room. The outside will look, but it'll never look the same. And it's sometimes tough to get out to customers that our room's been repuzzled or
Right.
redone.
Right.
And every time we do it, we're trying to do something that's even better for our customers to push the envelope and make something that's new or hasn't been done that we haven't done.
Hey guys, here
here's our 5 key segment question again, and we are with Ryan and Amy. Our first question for you is, what is your favorite category of food?
Food.
I know, there's so much.
Oh, it's just
Dessert.
that
Dessert is the category.
Orange swirl ice cream.
Oh, okay. They're really like dessert
Turkey
foods,
Hill,
I guess.
Turkey Hill, Turkey Hill. Yeah. That's Pennsylvania right there.
Nice. Okay. Second question: your favorite vacation spot?
Paris for me.
Okay. Well, it's really
Whoa.
romantic there.
Yeah, we didn't get a long time in Paris though.
It
Paris
was
was
quick,
awesome.
but it was probably my favorite place.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say same.
Same. Well, it looks like you have to return for your anniversary.
Well, we still have the lock on the bridge if we could find it. I don't know if they took them all off though, because the big floods out there.
Oh.
So I don't know.
I never did that. We gotta go back.
Yeah.
All right. Third question for you. Out of the escape rooms that you've played, what is one of your favorites? You can also self-promote, but.
Well, I mean, we designed ours, so we didn't get to actually play them.
Mhm.
Prague was my favorite
Prague,
because it was what
Prague,
inspired
our
us
first
to start
escape
our
room.
business.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think if we would experience, there's only a couple other escape rooms that we could experience that would have put us in the right direction from the start. And I think that's everything relates back to that first experience. And it was like they only had one room. It was in the basement of the building. It was the hardest thing to find, and we couldn't tell you what the actual name of the place was.
Wow.
And that was the cool thing about it. It was like our anxiety was through the roof right from the beginning. It was cool.
Nice.
It was cool.
Yeah.
Well, that leads to my fourth question. If you had any kind of feedback for like owners or like people who are actually going to think about building an escape room, what would you say like the one thing that if I knew this before I built an escape room, I would have totally like done it differently or something interesting.
I think when we first started, I thought, we're gonna build these rooms and then people are just gonna come and like that's it. We'll never have to we'll just maintain them. And then getting into it, we quickly realized that that is not the case. We have to be constantly updating.
Yeah.
And now I wouldn't want it any other way. But it was at first a little
Well,
bit
you
of a
guys
surprise.
are doing a great job with the maintenance here. Like it's super clean, and we haven't seen anything in the room that we felt like we needed to replace this lock or something, which we actually see in a lot of escape rooms. So the upkeeping is so definite in this industry now. It's just regardless of what you said your set design is, you really can't go with like, oh no, this was actually supposed to be like the old car garage, and then bring some garbage and put it in there. It's like,
Put some real grease on
I'm
there.
not sure. All right. So last question for you. Something that people don't know about you. I mean, we've kind of got a little bit out of it from before, but the other people don't really know. A hobby or a side.
I'm a school teacher, and I actually think K through 5 art teacher. I actually think my teaching background has really helped in understanding positive and negative reinforcement on how to give clues and how to give things to our customers and take things away. And I think that is a very important aspect in the escape room industry. It's not only it's puzzle float, but it's also educating people on how to operate throughout the room. Because if somebody comes out with a bad experience, it doesn't work, or if they say this lock didn't work, we have to make sure we cover all the bases to understand that they will know everything to expect as they go through the experience.
Next time, I want them to have fun.
And learn. And I teach little kids; they break and destroy everything. So it's helped to figure out how to build things stronger and indestructible. But
do you see a lot of bolts in there?
Yeah.
All bolted down.
Yeah, a couple holes in the
We've
walls.
had some wild things happen, so each time we learn more and more. Okay, we cannot do that again.
Yeah.
Learning process for sure.
Oh, there's been a lot of learning. There's been a lot of learning, and every aspect of the learning process as an escape room owner has probably been some of the best parts of it.
Yeah.
And our new room that we're building right now, there's so much more that I have to learn, and it's going to take a little longer time. But if I get through that learning process, it speeds up the next thing,
It'll be well
and we
worth
can
it.
do it better and better and better. And that's the goal, is to get better and better and better.
That's always crazy here. And then Amy, you want to tell us your side?
I don't know, something that people don't know about me.
Yeah.
I guess we're both rock climbers, which
Oh,
is kind of a
that's fun.
unique, different thing. It's not really an escape room related thing. But
Yeah, it's very
Yeah.
active.
Yeah.
You gotta keep active.
And actually, like rock climbing, you have when you're on a cliff and you're by yourself, it's all about movements and understanding how to move your body and that rhythm. And it's like almost the same thing you do in an escape room. You create that rhythm. And the best escape artists that are out there who are killing rooms have a rhythm about them when they're in the room.
Right.
And it's like finding that rhythm, how not to hit the wall, but always getting over the problem that you're facing, or move on to the next thing and come back
you
to
get
it.
that little bit of a rush when you figure something out. It's
Yeah.
not,
It's
not all that
getting on,
different.
it's like climbing to the peak, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boom, done. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good feeling. And also, I know you guys do a lot of the arts here as well.
We do.
As your artists, and so when you guys come play the rooms, you can definitely check out like the wall, and if you are interested in any, you can probably purchase them. Sure, that's exciting.
We got a couple shirts and stuff.
Yeah.
We got some art. We're big collectors, and it's really important to keep supporting all the arts as much as possible, as it is the one thing that allows creativity and exploration of what humans can do.
Yeah, definitely. Well, thank you so much. That was very fun.
Have you retired any rooms and started a brand new thing?
We did. So originally the Houdini room was the private investigator's office,
okay.
and we did end up retiring our detective, but he may come back someday.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, Sam Slocum. he was an awesome private investigator, and it was a single room, super small, only 6 people could fit in, but like it was a tough, small little room, and you would just see people get stumped in there.
Yeah.
And that's like the best, when you see people just get stumped and then all of a sudden they get the next puzzle. That's like the best. When
they work so hard.
Yeah,
for that.
yeah.
Oh, finally I get to move and do something else.
Yeah.
How many rooms do you currently have available right now that are operating?
we have 4 rooms operating right now: the Doctor Study, Houdini, Coal Mine, and Museum Heist.
Museum. Okay.
And then by the end of September, hopefully, we'll have a
Hopefully
5th
sooner.
room open.
Okay,
which
and we
is-
learned a little bit about Doctor Study when we were speaking earlier. So Doctor Study is actually kind of showcasing to the people walking by what Electric City has to offer, because there's a window there and you can see people playing that game, which is amazing because that's free advertising.
Yeah.
With all this foot traffic, like what's going on in there? And they walk in and they say, "Live, what is this?" Right?
Yeah.
I'm sure you get that a lot.
It's like a giant fishbowl. Some people who play it also are like, "Oh, I'm the fish. I'm
Right.
looking out. I can't get out." So I'm
Right.
locked in. And it's interesting because people on the street can interact with the people in the game. And people in the game really actually think they're part of the game, but they're really not. So
Yeah.
it's like, it's a interesting thing that happens. Now, during the daytime, it's really hard for people to see him because of the sun's reflection. But at night, you can see everything going on inside, and it's kind of neat to
It's
see
a
that
unique
lighting.
game for that
Right.
reason, but then it's also a larger group game, so
Yeah,
we use it for
that room
corporate
is
team
huge.
building and things like that.
What's
too.
the min and max for
So
that?
minimum is 6, maximum is 16.
Wow, 16 people.
Yeah.
Corporate companies come over here and
Yeah.
set up something for you and your coworkers.
Yeah.
That room is huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm assuming that's the largest room you guys have.
It is, yes.
Okay. So in terms of like the near future for Electric City, what can you tell our viewers about what they can expect? You guys have plans for retiring, swapping. I know you mentioned
Yeah.
upgrading this room, mobile games, events. What can you tell
Yeah,
us?
so we are, the newest room that we're adding, the 5th room, is Luna Park, which is actually a park that, theme park that was here in Scranton from
Right.
1906 to 1916. So we're relating it back to that.
Okay.
It's going to be a really interesting room. We're already working on it. It's going to include a fun house and some carnival games and some other interesting surprises.
Very cool.
But we're really excited about it. It's going to be, hopefully, I think one of our best rooms. so
Okay.
far.
It's 3 rooms too, so it's our biggest. It's our biggest, and we the first room is the park. The second room is Funhouse. We cannot tell you what the third room is because the third room.
We don't even want to know.
No,
we want to come out and see you guys.
We're real pumped about
Yeah.
it.
So, without looking at him, without answering, because I asked him this question earlier, he volunteered this answer for me.
Okay.
When is the ETA for this room to open?
The end of September.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah,
hopefully
okay.
soon.
We're on
Hopefully
the same
soon.
page.
We tried.
Okay. We've been doing a lot of planning, trying to stay ahead. Also in September, the other things that we have going on, we actually have a big scavenger hunt that's taking place at the marketplace in Steamtown.
Oh, okay.
That is a throwback to the 80s.
Oh.
It's based on the 80s game Mall Madness.
Oh.
And we're going to have a huge scavenger hunt that's text-based the weekend of September 14th and 15th in the afternoons.
Wow.
And it's like 20 clue sites. You're going to run like crazy. It is going to be scheduled time, so there's 5-minute intervals between teams, so no team's really on top of each other.
Okay.
And
is it all finding stuff, or you actually have puzzles?
oh, there's puzzles all
We're gonna
over.
have some puzzles.
Yeah.
We're finding some puzzles.
Yeah,
got
It's gonna be a little complicated.
We're taking
But they'll get a text clue and then they'll answer that and then join into the hunt.
That's so cool. Like, I
Yeah.
wish we could do more stuff like this in New York. It's just, you know,
Yeah.
New York is so overpopulated. There's no room, unless you do Central Park or something.
Well, we don't know what's going to happen. We might get people ran over by
Oh, yeah, let's-
or what's the Blurt, the mall cop, or
Blark.
Yeah,
Blark.
Blart's going to be around too, so that's going to be nuts. And then we are also in the middle of planning a 2-person escape room or a 1-person escape room. We're building a time machine,
Oh.
and it's going to be a short game.
Here?
So it's going to have to be here and be able to take someplace like festivals and whatnot for branding and whatnot. But it's going to be a really short game that you have to find your way out or get the person out, or that person's going to be lost
Yeah, like
in
a
time
fiction
forever.
game.
So that's a new little project we're working on too. So we're like trying to really do some big stuff, and we're doing a lot of research right now.
You guys must have like a huge whiteboard with like tons of like ideas. Just
No, and we're artists, so we have drawing.
Drawing, okay,
Just
there you
fill, just fill. And the only problem with that is like if we remember something and find something, we gotta go back. But at the same time, it gives us perspective on what we're talking about, what we're doing,
Right.
and it's kind of like our intellectual property. And
It's actually the way we would design rooms. Like we
Right.
have lists of, and not really lists, but they're pages where things, like lines connecting everything and how clues are going to work in a room. That's kind of our
Right,
way
yeah.
of putting
Yeah.
things together.
I think it's a great way to work.
And in each room, when we can't really start puzzling the room until you get the real structure built out.
Right.
So then when we get closer, we start putting a big piece of paper up on the wall, and then it's like our blueprints to the room.
Mhm.
And then we'll go through 4 or 5 or 6 blueprints until we get the design right for the flow, because it's not only about the puzzles, but it's about creating the emotions and the ups and downs in the consumer to have that really good experience.
Right. Yeah, I think flow is very important, and also sticking to the storyline and making sure
Yeah.
that whole thing is playing out the right way. We talked about Houdini. Let's talk really quick about Coal Mine. So that one's newer in terms of like that creativity for that, or the concept for that, because that's very original in the way that we got what we got from it.
Yeah.
How did you come up with that?
So that actually relates to the Molly McGuire's, which is the history of coal mining here in
Okay.
our area, a little bit south of here as well. And it's not a true story, but there is a true story that's somewhat similar.
Okay.
Not
Different names though. Right?
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, the Molly McGuire's were a real organization,
Right.
but the names, most of the stuff in there, it's all just a made-up story.
Yeah.
But there was a huge coal mining industry in this area, so we really wanted to relate to that and also talk about the Molly McGuire's because they are such a strong part of our history.
That's so great. And like I said before, you're educating people while they're playing, they're learning at the same time.
Yeah.
Your rooms, are they public, private, option for private? or-
So they are shared events.
Okay.
So on the weekends, there's a chance that people could book in with other groups if you don't fill the entire room.
Mhm.
The doctor study is a private event all the time.
Really?
It
Yeah.
is because it's such a large group, you don't necessarily want to be in there with 16 people. You
Right.
don't.
So as long as you have 6 people, that whole room.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
We do shared events on Fridays and Saturdays, but on Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays, if you book and you don't have the entire room filled and you want it to yourself, you can just call us and we can book it out at no extra cost.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Last question I have for you guys. Scranton, Pennsylvania. People come over here and they're going to book all 4 of your rooms, 5 of your rooms in September.
Yeah.
After they do that, what can they do in this area
Scranton.
What is there to do?
There's quite a bit actually.
Yeah?
The city's been growing over the last 10-15 years. It's really been improving.
Okay.
We've had some really cool events. We actually just had a huge bicycle race in town today, which is pretty wild.
Yeah.
It makes it a little hard for driving, but
it was the first one
awesome.
too.
Right.
First annual.
There's usually events all summer. There's all kinds of events on the weekends, but then there's some great restaurants and bars right next door. We've got some good places.
And while you're here, you definitely have to go check out the actual coal mine tour. They actually take you down, I think it's 250 feet down into the mine.
Really?
And that is definitely worthwhile. The Houdini Museum, definitely gotta go check out.
Right.
The Everhart Museum, they actually just got a new curator. She's doing a fantastic job. Some awesome stuff happening. Steamtown Historical Site, some of the best possible training experiences you can go see.
Wow.
That's all like right here. And then
a few blocks from here is Penn Avenue, and they've just had like a rebirth in the last
there's
couple
a lot
of
of
years.
You need like a
Really
whole
great
week here.
places.
Like,
I
You really
you can
would.
come up here for a whole week.
And the beautiful thing about Scranton is it's a small city. We have really low crime rate. And if you want to be in the city, awesome. Convenience is already here. If you want to go out the country, we're only 15 minutes. And you go hiking, backpacking, whatever you want, horseback riding, right outside of town.
Wow.
And
We're
breweries
2
are
hours from
popping
New York,
up.
2 hours from Philadelphia.
Yeah, very close.
It's a nice little location.
Yeah. And you both from Scranton, I'm assuming, born and raised?
Nope.
No.
Oh wow, with the love of Scranton. It's
Yeah.
and you guys know your history too.
Yeah, so we're both not too far from here. I grew
Okay.
up about an hour or a half hour north of here in
Okay.
Lonsdale, and Ryan's from like an hour south.
From Pennsylvania.
Yes, Schuylkill County.
Both
Okay.
Pennsylvania. We met here and we ended up just staying here.
Oh, okay. So you found a mutual common ground.
We did.
Well, thank you so much for having us. Guys, Electric City Escape in Scranton, Pennsylvania. You've got to make the trip over here. Okay, check out our YouTube channel for exclusive content and footage of the rooms. Check out our reviews on what we thought of the 2 rooms that we played here. And then make it on over here. Thank you so much. Take it easy. Bye.